Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I thought I'd do a little Q&A. I do not remember the last time that I did a Q&A, so we're going to do one today. I asked you guys on my Instagram to ask me some questions, so that's where I'm getting my questions from. There's a fly in here. And I've got Ruben with me. If you guys are not familiar with Ruben, he is my stuffed animal who literally goes with me around the world, and yeah, he's my best friend. Ruben. Also got a matcha latte. But yeah, I asked you guys on my Instagram to ask me questions, and we're just gonna get straight into them. Also, I wanted to let you guys know that I've got a little sale going on my website, Maryjane's World Tour. There is a bundle deal. So you guys are very familiar with the Amla oils. It's the #1 thing on my website, the #1 selling thing on my website. It's the best hair oil you will ever buy or ever use in your life. Listen, I know that I'm selling them, right? So I'm going to tell you how great they are, because they are. I would only put things on my website that I actually like. I don't just put random stuff on there. I put stuff on there that I've been using for years. But here I'm actually in Abu Dhabi right now. Here in the Middle East, you can only get the real deal here in the Middle East of the Amla oils. So that's why I have them on my website. You can get the fakes in the United States. They have all the wrong chemicals, all the wrong formulation. The same way if you buy Oreos in the United States, it's a completely different recipe than if you buy Oreos in Europe or here or China. Where you buy something matters, and how it's formulated, the exact product and everything. So that's why I have the Amla oils on my website, because I'm buying the real ones from here in the Emirates, here in the Middle East. My camera's shaking. Here I'm buying the actual one from here in the Emirates, and putting it on my website. So I have a set, but yeah, what I was saying is they're crazy. The oils still blow my mind. And I always ask myself, why do I ever stop using this oil? It's absolutely insane how fast that oil makes your hair grow. It's actually mind-blowing, and don't take my word for it. It's literally the most viral hair oil. It's been around for 60 years. It's amazing. So anyways, I have a set of 2 on my website right now on sale, and my 30-day hair guide comes in the bundle. So if you purchase, I'll link it down below, the little sale bundle, you get 2 hair oils, 2 bottles of the Amla oil from the Middle East. It's shaking. You get 2 Amla oils, and you get my hair guide. My 30-day hair guide is a literal guide. For 30 days, I tell you exactly what to do with your hair. I tell you what to eat to make your hair grow. I myself am on a hair growth journey. My hair is long, but I want to be sitting on my hair. My goal is around February or around January of next year, I want to be sitting on my hair. My boyfriend said the first thing he noticed about me, he's like, it's the way he said it was so sweet. He was like, I couldn't stop staring at how beautiful your hair was, or your hair is. Anyways, I like to upkeep my hair for my boyfriend, who I plan to be my husband, who we plan to be married soon, but also for me. Also for me. And I want to be sitting on my hair. It would be cool if you guys went on this hair growth journey with me too. I tell you exactly what to do. For example, oil pulling is so good for your hair. I don't know if you guys heard of oil pulling, but it's where you swish coconut oil around in your mouth first thing in the morning. The way that, listen, I'm not even gonna break down what it does to your hair. Just get my in the bundle deal, my 30-day hair guide comes with the bundle deal. So you will get 2 oils in the mail. Also, immediately upon purchase, you will be able to download my 30-day hair guide where I tell you what to do with your hair for 30 days. Because I know a lot of people want healthy hair, but they really don't know what exactly am I supposed to be doing with my hair every day. So I tell you for 30 days. I tell you things you should be eating and doing to your body to promote healthy hair. But also I tell you literally things you should be putting in and doing to your hair to have crazy results. And the idea would be that you would continue the 30 days, but it's just, I broke it down into 30 days, you know? So for all the girlies who want really beautiful natural hair, your real hair to just be so strikingly gorgeous, the bundle's for you. So it's on sale for $25. 2 hair oils and my hair guide. So anyways, just want to let you guys know about that. And now I'm going to get straight in to the Q&A. Okay, let's go. I just asked you guys to ask me some questions on my Instagram, so I'll just be answering in a row. Wait a minute. I know this girl from my high school. I'm like, wait, I recognize that name. And this girl went to high school with me. And she asked, well, I didn't even know she followed me. Anyways, how do you practice discipline in your everyday life? That is a very good question. I would say that I'm very, very strict on myself. Why? Because my life is completely by myself. When you think about life, 99.999% of you guys who are probably watching, you're in some kind of community. Whether it's your job, when you go to work, there's other people doing the same thing as you. You probably have a boss. You can't just goof off and do whatever you want at work. You've got a boss telling you, do this, do that. You know, your job's on the line. Maybe you're married and your spouse is like, that's, I think, a beautiful part of marriage. It's like it's like a person that you get to just like constantly make each other better. It's just like this forever life partner that's like a constant sharpener for you. I don't have that. I live my life alone. And if I do not discipline myself, I have nobody to tell me, Maryjane, get up and go for a run. Maryjane, don't eat that junk food. Maryjane, let's get to work. Let's work today. Let's get work done. You need to make money. Maryjane, work for this many hours and stop working at this many hours. And you should be, did you eat enough vegetables today? You know what I'm saying? I have nobody in my life doing what I'm doing. I'm on a mission to visit every country in the world. I don't know anybody else who is on this mission to visit every country in the world. Personally, in my life, like, no one's doing it with me. I'm doing it by myself. I wake up and choose where I want to go. I wake up and choose what country I want to be in. I wake up and choose if I'm going to work that day or if I'm going to sleep all day and eat junk food. So I realized that, like, I can and I have a tendency to be lazy, so I force myself not to be every day. I tell myself, Maryjane, get up and let's go to the gym. Maryjane, let's get up and read something. And I feel so proud of myself lately because I've been like, not me, God has been detoxing my life so much. I just read this book recently. What's the book called? I read so many books. I'll tell you guys in the next video or link it down below. But it's about how bad news is for you. News is so freaking bad for you. It says it in the Bible, and it, like, neuroscientists say it. So people who are even atheists talk about how bad news is for you. But we live in this age where, like, that's all we consume is news. Like, you might follow like a news outlet on Instagram or like that's just constantly telling you all this negativity about people or all the negativity going on in the world. It literally ruins your brain. literally, it ruined your brain. We were not meant to know all of this news, and the news we like is the bad news. It's the tragic news. It's not, oh, somebody got blessed with a new car. Yeah, that's cute. That's nice. It's this person's getting a divorce, and that person is going to jail, and this person was killed, and this person got robbed, and you know what I mean? So, I don't watch, I literally went through my subscriber list. I don't subscribe to I used to watch a Daily Wire, like Candace Owens, Ben Shapiro, all the like conservative people on YouTube. I used to watch them. I don't watch them anymore. Any news anymore. And I completely, like, what I do is like, I like go through my life with a fine-tooth comb, and I go through my life and myself with a fine-tooth comb, and I'm like, what is not benefiting me? And I'm like, this YouTube channel is not benefiting me. It's just negativity, people talking about other people. This Instagram account is not benefiting me. It's just, this account is just talking bad about other people and reporting bad news. You know what I mean? So I also discipline myself to take care of my mental state because I'm responsible. The thing is, when you go to bed at night, you've got to be at peace. I think people don't understand that enough. I have so much peace, and guess how important my peace is to me? It's like up here. That's why I don't really have that many friends. And I'm okay being alone a lot more than being with people, and why, like, my peace is just so important to me that I protect it like a precious diamond. So I really discipline myself because I'm like, I'm responsible for the peace I have throughout the day, not you. You know what I mean? So like, no one else is responsible for my peace. I am. So I have to be responsible, and I have to look through my life and see what is not benefiting me and getting rid of it, and then doing the things that make me a better person, like exercising and working out. And the first thing I do before anything is spend time with God in the first part of the day, and I make sure I'm not fat, and I make sure I'm exercised up, and I make sure I eat healthy, because I'm responsible for how I am. No one else is responsible for me. So, and I read like crazy because I've been realizing something. Reading is exactly like exercise for your brain. It is the only way that you literally become smarter, is through reading. It's literally the equivalent of working out for the body. So, educate myself and to shut off the noise of the world. And I also realized, I know I'm taking so long to answer this one question, but I also realized something else recently. You're living by one of two things. You're either living by God and His Word, or you're living by the world, right? Everybody has, you're pointed towards some moral compass, right? So if it's not God's Word, right, it's the world. So like, they are complete opposites, by the way. And they cannot, excuse me, they cannot, like, you can't have one foot here and one foot there. One is controlling your life. You're living by one of them. And it's so crazy because I was observing people, even within my own family, people who call themselves Christians, but they're not at all by any means. And I was praying, and I was like, God, I never want to be that hypocrite person who's like, oh, I'm a Christian, but there's no difference between me and a person who's not a Christian. There's no difference at all. And it's just like, you've got to choose what you're going to live by, what is true to you, and how you're going to live your life. You know what I mean? So I've been trying my best to be like, veering myself to the truth of like what I say I believe in 100%, and not what the world says, if that's making sense. And so that is kind of how I discipline myself and how God disciplines me. So anyways, and the world was like, oh, oh, it's my straightener. But what does that mean? Like God, so like God says like, oh, everything's okay. I got you. I love you. Everything's fine. Don't worry. Cast your cares on me. The world says, oh my gosh, the world is ending. Life is, oh my gosh, look at this. Everything's bad. You need to worry about this and this and this person. Look at what this person's doing. Look what that person's doing. Blah, 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 blah. Talking bad about other people, hating other people, condemning other people, focusing on other people. Worrying 24/7, living for yourself. And God is saying, I thought I told you everything was okay, and just to leave everything to me, and I got everything. It's okay. And just focus on me. So, anyways, that was a long answer. And anyways, would you ever start a podcast? I think I would start a podcast, but honestly, someone else would have to do it for me. I feel here with the capacity right now, which I wanted to mention. I mentioned it on Instagram, but I never mentioned it here, that I'm looking for an assistant. But like, I feel completely to the brim of like what I'm capable of producing by myself effectively and efficiently, if that makes sense. Everything else I add to my plate from this point, I need help. Like, I need help. I need employees. I need help. And I am a big, I can do everything by myself person, but it's a huge detriment to me a lot of the times, because I'll crash and burn doing something because it was like, either I wasn't supposed to be doing that thing, like the travel buddies, or like I just wasn't capable of it. And I've learned my limits more and more and more and more. But I know my limits. I can't add anything else to my plate of just me. So everything else I do from this point, I need help. I need employees, and it's normal. Everything I'm doing is kind of growing, and it's beautiful. So I would start a podcast for sure, but also at the same time, I don't think that I need to, because there's something I've been learning, and I found this in the Bible, and it was just like, a wise man knows when to shut up and when to speak. And I think there's just such a beauty in people who don't have to be heard all the time. In 2023, it seems like every freaking person on this planet has an opinion, and they need to give it to you, and they need to tell you about the world, and they need to tell you about what they think and how they feel and what they think is going on in the world. And I think that it causes a lot of trouble in the world. Just everybody needs to be heard. Everybody's got to have a YouTube channel. Everybody's got to tell you about what they think about this person and that person and their 2 cents. Actually, I was just looking the other day. I told you I try my best to ignore the world, which I do. It's not even a try. I'm such a peaceful place. I got enough to worry about in my life. How could I care so much about what this and this and this and this that the person's doing every day? And how do other people care so much? I don't get it. If I see something, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to pray for them. Dang. You know what I mean? If I feel that I need to pray for them. Anyways, I was devastated because I saw Jeezy, Maie, and Jeezy are like getting a divorce. He went and filed for divorce while she was like away in New York, and I think they live in Atlanta, and while she was away he went and filed for divorce. And I was just, it broke my heart, because I cannot imagine how that might feel. Anyways, I was kind of looking through the comments of the videos and like her Instagram and his Instagram, which is something I never do, but I cared about this couple because I liked them together. And like, I just couldn't believe it. I could not believe how evil people are. It's disgusting. It makes you not even like, I don't know what's going on in the world, but I was just looking at people so excited about a couple's divorce and saying the most cruel, horrible things about these two people, especially Jeannie. And honestly, it was just like a big eye-opener for me. And it was just like, people in the world are, I don't know what, I can't tell you what's going on in the world, but it's disgusting. And I think we could do a lot better. A lot of people, I don't know, I guess the point I'm trying to get to is, I think there's beauty in just shutting your mouth. So, although I'm talking right now and I have a YouTube channel, I'm not going to stop talking. I'm just saying, I don't think that I'm like, oh, I need to be heard on all platforms. Everyone needs to know what Maryjane thinks and feels and about everything. And you need to know, and you need to hear my opinion because I'm so important, and that you need to know every waking thought I have, and you need to hear me talk for an hour all the time. But I do think it is cool when you interview people, though. I go back and forth with, I don't know, maybe I would start a podcast one day, maybe not. Okay, someone said, how much do you make on YouTube? Okay, I'll just tell you my income. I make good money on YouTube, I'm not gonna lie. I do make good money. I make good money on YouTube. Still have goals when it comes to YouTube, and it's something I still want to grow and work on, and I have some really cool videos coming this month, some really cool videos, so stay tuned. Anyways, top three difficult experiences traveling. Okay, I'm gonna be really transparent. Top three difficult experiences traveling. Okay, so I do have breakdowns. I do. It's not normal for a female. I'm a woman. I'm 27 years old, and I've been traveling the world for 7 years. Also, if you guys watch my videos, I am not a part of my family anymore, so I don't have I have people I'm related to, but I've parted ways from them. I had never gotten along with my family my entire life, and it just got to a bad breaking point. I have an entire video about it. So I don't have family anymore, which was my choice to remove myself from my family, but it was way better than what it was. It was having a really bad effect on me when I was in contact with them, and so it's been way less, I can't even explain how freeing it has been to remove myself from my family. So just picture this. I am essentially alone because I'm not married and I'm not connected to my family. No human was meant to really live like this, if you understand. So it is so incredibly difficult, but what keeps me going is I know I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. When the Bible says that, it's true. There's nothing I can't do without God. So I'm doing this. I am living on like this travel journey, and I am okay, but I would say that I'm more than okay, by the way. When I look at other people who have all these people in their lives or whatever, they don't look like happy. Not saying that, I'm saying that the world is hurting and the solution is not more people you have in your life. I think if you're not good with you, that's the first relationship you need to cultivate in your life, is you with you. Do you love you? Are you comfortable with you? Can you be alone with you? Do you love yourself? And then from that place, once you're good with you, I think you become the best person you could possibly be in every other relationship. Which I am. Like, it took me, I don't know how long, I don't know. But I'm good at 27. I love myself. I'm okay being alone. But I will say, it does get hard. Like, because I do desire to be a mother and a wife. And so it's really hard to not be one, because I would love to be one right now, but I'm not finished my goal. And I always relate what I'm doing to like climbing Mount Everest because that's how it feels to me. And I actually think what I'm doing is harder than climbing Mount Everest. Thousands and thousands of people have summited Mount Everest, but only 211 people ever have visited every country in the world. Ever. 211 people have ever visited every country in the world. So, yeah, to say that this is hard, and I'm almost done. I've been to 125 countries. And other people are like, what's going on? Why aren't you, like, first of all, God had to tell me something over and over again. I'm not in a rush. I'm not in a rush. And he said, Maryjane, I don't want you to do this in a rush because rushing was never how I wanted to complete a goal anyways. I want to enjoy the journey and I want it to be a journey. I'm not like, how fast can I do this? No. So I plan to finish next year. I plan to visit 8 new countries in October. Actually, I have everything written down. What are you talking about? 8 new countries in October, 11 new countries in November, 7 new countries in December. All that is so easy for me. It's like, it may sound like a lot to you, but for me, living this life, that's a piece of cake, especially because the countries are right next to each other, like Azerbaijan and Cyprus, you know what I mean? Anyways. And then I will visit, so that will take me to 150 countries. I will end this year visiting 150 countries. Boom. So next year I only have 45 countries and I will have visited every country in the world. And people are like, what are you going to do after? I'm going to go to Guinness Book of World Records. They're going to give me, I don't know, some kind of plaque for being the whatever 212th person to visit every country in the world. And yes, I keep proof from every country so I can prove it, but I take video and all that. And I have some other business ideas. I want to start like a suitcase company. I want to start a legit hair company, like for legit hair products. Secrets I've learned around the world, like hair, beauty secrets I learned around the world. I want to start maybe a skincare line. I have so many dreams. Also, what I was going to school for before I traveled was music. I was a piano major. I minored in piano, majored in film composing. That's still what I want to be. Somebody who writes soundtracks for movies. It's what I wanted to be since I was a kid. And it's crazy how YouTube kind of like morphed into that, because when the videos I'm most proud of are like ones I put together like a movie. But that was my dream. I still want to be somebody who writes soundtracks for movies and a concert pianist. I went to a concert the other day. It was candlelit here in Dubai. Well, I'm in Abu Dhabi, but in Dubai, I went to a candlelit concert. So it was someone playing the piano, like an orchestra. I'm sure you guys have seen them, but there was candles everywhere, like on the stage around. And like that is what I want to do when I'm finished traveling. I want to be a concert pianist. I want to travel around and play piano and people can come watch me, because that is what I was doing before I started traveling. I was a music major. I was the music nerd in school, and I play the piano very beautifully, and I trained classically. And I'm a pianist, but no one knows that about me because I've been traveling and I don't have a piano to play for you guys. But maybe I will play piano in a video if I can find a piano to play. But that's what I want to be when I'm done traveling. But anyways, the question was top 3 difficulties traveling. Difficulties is being away from my boyfriend. It's really hard because like I don't like the relationships where the husband and wife do the same thing. As far as for me, I like when a husband and wife can admire each other for each other's different lives. So I didn't want my boyfriend to be a travel vlogger. Heck no. I don't even have a lot of respect for like social media men. I think a man should have a real job with his hands, you know what I mean? And like where he gets up and works hard. But anyways, My man is an athlete. Yeah, we have a long distance relationship for now, and it's hard, but we genuinely love each other so much. But I would say it's so hard not to be with him, to not be able to hold him and hug him at night, and after he's had a hard day of work, and take care of him and make sure he's well fed, because I know that he doesn't cook. So like it hurts knowing like I can't cook for him, I can't take care of him. I would say that is the most difficult part. I want to just run to him and make sure he ate well that day, and if he's okay, and hear about his day in person, and like rock him to sleep. And it's so hard. I had a breakdown yesterday and I was like, God, this is so hard, and to not be with him. But it's not forever, and that's the part that keeps me going. It's not forever. When I'm done visiting every country, which will be I plan it will be around May of next year. And when we're together, it's so meaningful. It's so meaningful. And a lot of our friends that we know, and a lot of other people I know, have broken up over the course of when me and him have been together. And it's like, I see all these relationships falling by the wayside, but we stay strong and we genuinely love each other. And I think it's such a beautiful thing when you're in a long distance relationship, because most people, I think, date and pick somebody off of convenience, you know? We didn't pick each other off of convenience. I could have found someone more convenient for me. He could have found a woman more convenient for him who could be with him. But we like each other so much that we said, we're going to sacrifice the fact that I can't be with you because I love you so much, and I'm going to wait for you. So that, to me, that's so beautiful about long distance relationship. If you can find the trust. I found someone I trust. He trusts me. And I love that man so much. And yeah, I would say that is definitely the hardest part. I just want to be with him physically all the time, which is just not possible. But we're just going to have a really, 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 well, our time together is so, so, so meaningful. And I do want to get these countries done, because in December I do plan on being with him and his family and all that. So there are good times to look forward to soon. Anyways, that's the top difficulty. Second top difficulty is like when I'm run into issues, I have no one that has my back, which is hard, you know? But it's normal for me, because I never felt like I've had anyone who's really had my back. When issues happen, like, there's no one to back me up, and there's no one, you know, you just run into things. It's just so nice when you have like a man, or you have someone that's going through it with you. There's no one going through anything with me. I go through everything by myself, but it has caused me to lean on God so much, which I know he loves. God wants us to lean on him for everything, with every problem, and trust him. So that relationship has really been cultivated. Me and God, because like I'm like, yeah, I have to lean on you 100% all the time. And let me tell you, I'm grateful that I have his support. And but yeah, it is difficult to physically be alone, and like if something happens, like there's no one there to back me up. Anyways, I would say that's hard, but I'm only pointing out difficulties because I'm being asked. I've gotten so used to this life, it's like clockwork to me now. It's normal, and I love it. It's so fun. And I was listening to Jordan Peterson talk the other day, and he was saying the reason we escaped to the movies is because everyone wanted, I talked about this in another video, but like everyone wants their life to be some crazy adventure, and most people's life aren't a crazy adventure, because life hits you hard, and at some point you stop dreaming. There was some breaking point where you're like, okay, Gotta get to reality. Gotta get a part of the system. I'm very much a believer in the slave system that was created for the world. Modern day slavery is how most people live, you know. You gotta ask somebody if you can go on vacation. You work for somebody else, but you don't ever make enough to be able to like elevate, you know what I mean? And I was never gonna be a part of that. So my life is a crazy adventure. Like, I'll watch movies like Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, I don't know, Wonder Woman, and I see my life in the movie, which is so cool. Like, how many people can say that? Like, my life is a crazy freaking adventure, and quite literally in every way, you know? So it's just so crazy, and it's such a blessing to be living an adventure. And it is an adventure. It is that. But it's not easy. So that's the second difficulty. I would say the other difficulty, the other top difficulty that I face is my attitude. God's been working on me about my attitude. I don't have a bad attitude, by the way. But I think that I can be yo-yoed. Like, something good happens, I'm so happy. Something bad happens, I'm frustrated and nervous. Something good happens, I'm okay again. Something bad happens, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen? And then God takes care of it, and then something good happens, and then God told me, this is not how I ever wanted or intended you to be. I want you to trust me all the time, even in the storms, even in the rain, even in the hurricanes, even in the thunder and lightning. I want you to always trust me and always be good, no matter what. When the storms of life come by, I want you to just be like, God's got me. It's okay. It's okay. And like, so I told him that I was like, God, I am that kind of child for you. I trust you through everything. When things happen to me and the world is like, you know, the world would freak out about this, or I'm like, how could you let this happen? I'm not going to be like this anymore. I'm going to be always good and always nice. I told him that. I'm going to be nice to everyone. By the way, I'm not saying that I was rude and with a bad attitude. I'm saying that I told him I was always going to be this. Always nice to people, and no matter what's happening to me, I'm going to be that person where, like, no, I could be going through hell, but nobody would know, and everyone would be like, that is such a nice woman. So, like, I started being really nice to everyone. I kept a smile on my face, like, all the time, and, like, people would give me compliments, like, you seem like such a nice, sweet person. Like, I was just checking out at the store the other day, and I just walked in the store with a big smile on my face, and I asked, like, how are you? And I now compliment people. I was like, every time I think a compliment about somebody, I'm gonna say it. So, like, I gave this girl a compliment on her hair, and I'm just, like, really nice and just really, really, really kind. And I was like, you're so kind and sweet to go give me a compliment. And I was like, I told you, God, like, I'm now this person. Like, I'm always nice, always, and it doesn't matter what I'm going through. I could be going through hell on the inside, but, like, no one would know if I'm going through hell or if I'm living the, you know, the best life on earth, because I'm always going to be nice, and I'm always going to be, like, really kind and really calm no matter what. And he's like, okay, we'll see. He's like, we'll see. Because when you tell God stuff like that, he's going to test you. And, like, it's just so crazy how he'll test you when you tell him stuff, or if you say you're going to be something or do something. So he's like, yeah, let me see, throwing all these kind of crazy storms at you. And he's like, how's that attitude you talked about? You still trust me? But I would say every test I'm getting better and better and better and better, and it's been a crazy journey. My life is crazy every single day, but in the most beautiful way. Do you have any other goals you want to complete after traveling every country in the world? I not goals, like I want to visit every country in the world because I tell you, I desire so badly to be a mother and a wife. I want to have babies and I want to be married. And there's this woman on Instagram. I love her Instagram. Her Instagram is Ballerina Farm. And I know that feminists hate these kind of women. I'm not a feminist, by any means. But I love this woman, and to me, none of this is offensive at all. It's beautiful. This woman makes the most beautiful and delicious looking meals for her husband and her family. And it's Ballerina Farm. You might know about her because she's got almost 7 million followers. She's also Miss America. But every day she cooks the most beautiful meals for her family. Look at her. Is it gonna focus? So she literally makes everything from scratch. Like she'll make sourdough from scratch. Literally she'll make a burrata salad and she's making the cheese from scratch, and that's her making cheese from scratch. Oh, the verse of the day from the Bible app. Yeah, she cooks for her family. She'll literally make, and she lives in the Utah on a beautiful farm. If she needs milk, she'll go outside and milk a cow. If she needs chicken, she'll go kill a chicken. Like, she is the moment. Anyways, I will sit and watch her videos for hours. I think she's got 7 kids. And I'm like, no one would ever think that this is like what I aspire to be, but it is. Like, she's got 7 babies that she gave birth to at her house, and she literally makes food for her family and her man every day. I don't know about every day, but on a regular basis. And like, when I tell you this is what I look forward to, my husband is going to be, he's now my boyfriend, but my husband in the future is going to be so well fed. He's not going to be eating no DoorDash, okay? He's going to be having home cooked meals. I'm going to be cooking up a storm. I'm going to be feeding my babies. I'm going to be taking care of my husband. And this is honestly a goal of mine. And it's like the girl who's a skydiver and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's my goal. To be a really good wife. I'm going to be cooking him home cooked meals. I say DoorDash. He's not American, but you get what I'm saying. I'm going to be making sure he's well fed. I'm going to be taking care of our babies. But like I told you before, I still want to be a concert pianist. I want to travel around the world playing piano. And maybe one day you guys can come see me playing. I'm really good at piano. It's honestly one of my best gifts. I started playing at a young age, and it's how I got into college. I went to one of the best music schools in the world. Not in the world, but in Boston. Yeah, I want to be a concert pianist. I also want to have, like I said, a suitcase company and skincare company and hair care. But just a mother and a wife. And I want to write several books. I've already got them written, though. That's the thing. It's not going to be super hard because I already have the books written. They just got to be published. So I'm going to be an author. Which country looks most surreal? I'm going to do 2 more questions. Okay, this might be really kind of, because I know I've been everywhere, but it's Switzerland. Switzerland, you'll be looking at that place and you're like, am I witnessing this? Is this fake? Or am I really seeing this? Switzerland looks like a movie set. It looks like heaven like fell down. If God said Oh, a piece of heaven accidentally dropped down to earth. And he said, I don't know why he said this. Can you guess which country it is? I would say Switzerland. Switzerland? Switzerland a piece of heaven? Or Iceland. They both look unreal. But also Zhangjiajie, China. Zhangjiajie, China is like this forest in the Hunan province of China, which is in the northeast. And I went there when I lived there. And like, it's in this really crazy area, so the turbulence is always bad when the plane, that was the craziest plane ride I've ever been in my life. It felt like the plane was gonna crash because it's really mountainous and always really windy and all that kind of stuff. So the plane rides to get there are crazy, but it's beautiful. Zhangjiajie, China. Zhangjiajie. Zhangjiajie, China. You should go there before you die. It's surreal, and it's where Avatar was based off of. The blue people. Okay. I'm gonna do one more question. When are you exploring more African countries? The person who asks me this maybe once a week. I know exactly who you are, Fran, and you ask me this all the time. And soon, November, I'll be visiting more African countries. So yeah, you coming to the UK? Trying to meet you. Actually, I was just in the UK. But I don't know if I don't know who you are. So I don't know. Yeah, I think this video is so long at this point. So I'm gonna see. Oh, how cute is she? Follow. Anyways, I'll see you guys in my next video. I like this Q&A. I am Miss Tangent. I will go off on a tangent on every question asked. Oh yeah. Go get my hair bundle, which comes to 2 Amla oils, and you get my hair guide, which I tell you what to do with your hair for 30 days to make your hair beautiful and long. All the stuff I've learned from ruining my hair for years and then having my hair healthy now, you know? And I like giving people this kind of advice because people will come up to me in real life, which is such a huge compliment, and be like, is that your hair? Like, of all ethnicities, people. And I'm like, yes. They're like, your hair is so beautiful. It's so shiny. And I told you my man told me it was the first thing he noticed about me. He was like, I've never been mesmerized by someone's hair before. Because listen, every time I saw him, he doesn't even know. I made sure my hair was, you know, looking very, very beautiful. But yeah, I ruined my hair for years and years, and I'm glad I stopped it before it was too late. So I have a lot of advice about hair, and never wore a fake piece of hair in my life, and it's all me all the time, and I'm really passionate about it. So I have the hair oils on my channel, on my website as a bundle. And I also have other guides that are still on sale on my website. I'll link those down below. I've got a guide, tons of guides about, and itineraries about a ton of places. So go check those out, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!